Hello YouTube, hope you are doing great. In this video I'm gonna showcase a full Viego guide. He is not only one of the strongest champions in the entire game, he's also one of the most popular champions, and I'm trying to help you out with all the knowledge I have. I've been challenger since 8 years, I've been a former rank 1 player, consistently top 10, and I'm fully focused on educational jungle content and being a coach in the jungle. So try to learn from that. On the timestamps on the bottom, you can skip through whatever you want to see. We're gonna talk about runes, we're gonna talk about his build, I'm gonna showcase some tips and tricks, step by step, so it's easy for you to pick him up. And afterwards, I'm going to play a Viego game myself, teaching you in a way that it's easy to climb out of low elo. Enjoy the video, wish you great fun. I drink my espresso here, and I'll see you in the game.
My blade is yours.
Alright guys, we're now inside of the game, and we're gonna talk about tips and tricks. Things I see as very valuable. Keep in mind, I play Viego very often in challenger level. He's one of my best champions I can actually play, and these are some things I just want you to know consistently. It doesn't matter which elo you are, if you know them you are already ahead in your competition, because most people don't look at it very detailedly, even though there's a lot of information you can cover. We're gonna talk about, you can read it yourself if you want to, but I'm gonna talk about each point, so we're gonna cover this anyways, and I will read it for you. Okay, so the auto deck range from Viego is very high. First thing I want to showcase to you, when you walk at enemies, the range is pretty high, higher than most champions are. I do have an auto attack range, so that's one thing you just keep in your mind, and you can space enemies with that very well. Okay, just for your information at the start, the Q hitbox is also very high. And you can range enemies, that's very important, and you can poke them. Look at my Q range, it is really high, and even though I have a decent distance, I can still hit it very often, and it's low cooldown ability, so I can hit it very often, and with that poke a little bit, get some damage off already, because if they're low, then there's a high risk for the enemies that I can get my reset off. Even if they shoot an ability at you, Xerath E, Syndra QE, whatever it is, you can also still Q and W away, because you can cancel the animation of an ability with another ability. It means you cancel the Q animation with W. You see? Otherwise, I'm basically stunned using my Q because I need to walk. You see, whilst I use my Q, there's a short period of time I'm stunned. When I QW, it's very quick that I get out. It's not fully cancelled, but I think you understand my point. Now, next point is you can use an ability before you flash. This is the same with Lee Sin E, for example. You use E and then you flash, and then you will jump with your E on the enemies. Okay, so I will show this. So if you flash Q, for example, you see it's pretty fast. You do it all the time, but what is faster is if you Q flash. You see, I use my animation already, and before I'm going backwards, and before I'm finishing it, I flash and then I Q the enemies. It's very quick, okay? And it's very important you do this all the time, the same way, and that is all about consistency. Like, consistency is all about doing the same thing over and over again the correct way. So I never do it otherwise, and I'm always faster than the competition, right? Same with W. You see W first, and then you flash on the enemy. You never do flash W like that. You never do that. You always W flash and then go on him, okay? It's straight up faster. Next thing, okay, so Fog of War with W and E. That's a thing which most people don't know. Two things you need to know for your Viego games. First thing is, you never WE, because then the enemies see that you're charging a W. You see, I was not in Fog of War whilst using my W. What you can do though is first E and then W, and then you are Fog of War at the beginning of the W. And if you are going on the enemies and you charge just a tiny bit and you EW, you're basically almost stunning them from Fog of War. You see, it's very hard for the enemies to react to that. Interesting to think about too. Now, one more thing I want to show you to that real quick. Let's say you are, perfect example, let's put myself here. I need some award, but I think I get it here. Okay, let's say they're in the bush. A lot of you guys will be like, okay, W like this, and then you charge onto him. You can do this with E, you cancel the, like, whilst you're pressing W, you're already pressing E, and you always want to play with the fog of war. Now they don't see me until I'm getting in range. So basically I use my WE, walk onto them, and now I'm in fog of war. Now it's very easy to charge onto them. The same thing is if there's a fight. Let's say there's a fight right now, allies against enemies. I first walk into the bush. Okay, at first, or for example, I E here. If I W now, I go out of the fog of war for a short period of time, and then I'm in fog of war again while still charging my W. So what I do is I E the wall, go into the bush, now I'm in fog of war, in the bush, right? And then I go outside of the bush, still in fog of war with my W. Okay, so I walk into the bush, now fog of war, and I'm still in fog of war, and then I can jump on the enemies. So basically you can play with the invisibility, around the visibility, very, very well and consistently, and it does make a massive difference, because if you get a reset or you get a stun off, usually it's a kill, and if you get the reset off and you get the soul, you possess it, that's exactly where Viego starts to become broken, okay? So, interesting. W is an auto attack reset, so you auto attack W, auto attack to burst them quick. Before you recall, you use your E. So let's say here I want to reset, right? And this is a Darius. This is a Darius walking at me. Right now he doesn't see me because his range goes until here, right? You can press B. He keeps walking towards you, right? Then he sees you resetting, and then he stops your reset. What also you can do is... Wait, why am I slowed? What the fuck is that? I have never experienced that in my life. What the hell? Okay, doesn't matter. Wait, why am I in slow motion? Wait, is everything slow motion? Why am I in slow motion? I am so confused. Did I click any... Oh. I clicked this. I've never seen that. Very cool from the practice tool that you can change your own speed. Wow. Okay, so let's say I reset here. Maybe because I did some certain clicks. Oh, because of my keys to get my pen done. Okay, my bad. Okay, so what you do is you eat a wall and then you press B. And then while you're pressing B, you're getting in fog of war again. So if the Darius walks now towards you, he will be like, wow, I don't see a Viego. And because he doesn't see you, he's not going to stop your reset and you can get your reset through. So always make sure you E before pressing back. These are the most important tips on Viego. General combos, very easy. W, auto attack, Q, auto attack. That's a general combo. You see I deal 900 damage. I don't even have items. Now imagine I have items. And what you do is, when there's a fight, you W, auto attack, Q, auto attack, and you E to run out until you have your W again. It will look like this. Let's say auto attack, you do the combo, run out, and you see my W is running back in. So the moment it's off cooldown, I can again flash with W, with Q, get the combo off. He's like, let's say, half HP. Very nice that he's already half HP, right? So maybe we can get a reset on one dummy, which is also a very big tip I can give you on your way. And that is, did I talk about this here? Here. You are a reset champion, so make sure to play very patiently in a fight. You're not gonna play very aggressively. Oh, this is getting a little bit annoying. You're not gonna play very aggressively in a fight, only front to back. You can do that in some situations, like Viego is a beautiful champion because he can have multiple jobs. But keep in mind, he's very broken for one more important reason in solo queue, not only the champion itself, because he's a reset champion. Champions like Katarina, Master Yi, Viego, generally speaking, do very well in solo queue because people do mistakes and reset champions can punish that absolutely and extraordinary well, okay? So your goal is to play in a fight very slowly. Let's say there's a Nautilus who's half HP, and then you engage on the Nautilus, killing him with a combo because W auto attack, Q auto attack, ult auto attack is usually very consistently at least around 50% of the enemy's HP, right? But you're not gonna burst them fully. And then with the reset, you can then kill the enemy team because you can just get the Nautilus abilities, you get your ult again, and then you get your abilities again, you get the next reset, and so on. So that's exactly how I recommend it to play in fights, okay? And now very important, this is one more, I think, necessary tip you need to keep in mind. When you pick up a soul. You get all their stuff, their resources and so on, right? So if you pick up an enemy ADC, that's very dangerous. If there's a fight, right, and you kill an Aphelios, and you pick up the Aphelios, chances are that the Syndra is QE ulting you, and you just get one shot because at that period of time you're an ADC. That's another reason why Viego is such a good champion against Skarner. Not only because you can W his E, because you can straight up, you can kill him in a lot of situations, he can't kill you that quickly. There's various reasons, but the main point is, if you pick up the Skarner soul, you become extraordinary tanky for a short period of time. Enemies could never kill you. You can get the full Skarner combos off, you stun them against the wall, you WQ, get them half HP, and then you can kill the next one and get the next resets off, right? Whilst you're picking up an ADC, it's kind of dangerous because you're so squishy. So that's why Viego is especially good picking up tanks. Because let's say Maokai, whatever, you can, or Klett, very interesting. You can just fully combo the enemies whilst being tanky. That's insane. Okay? So these are the most important tips I would recommend you to do, to think about whilst you play Viego. And this is it with the tips and tricks. We're gonna go now into a live game. I'm gonna be playing now, giving you thoughts. If you watch my channel consistently, you will already know I give thoughts from start to finish, explaining every single step, how to climb out of low elo. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment how you like that and which champion you would like to see next. There's a lot of champions in League, a lot of champions in the jungle, but I try to cover all of them so you have an easier time. Also gonna start with the Unranked Master Series very soonish. Also gonna do it with Viego, so make sure to tune in there on my streams, also in the description. And I'm uploading VODs on the Sinerias VODs channel, my second YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to it, and the streams I will have uploaded there, and you can also have timestamps on which games you particularly want to see. Enjoy now the live game, and much love. Now it's time to do draft, runes, and build. First thing we do in the draft, we want to pick Viego pretty early on. Why? Because Viego is very popular. His ban rate is, okay, that doesn't really matter that much, but mainly he's popular and also he's extremely strong. So we want to pick him early, so we also take it away from enemies. If the enemies pick a jungler, like they did right now, Bel'Veth, we want to pick Viego anyways. In most games, Viego, particularly Viego, doesn't counter that much. I can show you here. Let me show you here. I checked already, and I know it also here. Viego, best picks is Viego, Ramos, Volibear, Mumu. It's mainly tanks. Shows that there's no specific hardcore counter. Because Viego is, against all these champions, also particularly fine. Can be annoying, but he is fine. Okay? So, you see, Bel'Veth is also a good pick against Viego, but he is fine. Because Viego is really broken at the moment, and in general, he doesn't have, as I said, a very big counter. So, we want to usually pick him pretty early on. And now, about the runes. This is the rune page I would 100% recommend on Viego. Conquer is fully 1v9. You stack it so quickly. W auto-attack, Q auto-attack. You get so many stacks very fast. And Viego is also meant to be in long extended fights where Conquer is good. Okay? Triumph and Alacrity. Not really complicated. You want to play with resets. You get your extra attack speed. And this is now interesting. Some people take Coup de Grace. Some people take Last Stand. I think Last Stand is straight up the best because Viego is a champion that is fighting pretty long. So in a lot of situations you are below, how much is it? Below 60% HP. Sometimes at 30% HP. So taking Last Stand is, in my opinion, straight up better. Yeah, this is what I would recommend, okay? But keep in mind, other things are also optional. Then, on secondary tree, we always go Magical Footwear and Cosmic Insight because it's insanely efficient. You don't want to waste time on boots, waste gold on boots, because you want to finish the first item quickly, especially on Viego, that's important. Either Trinity, Blade of the Ruined King, or Kraken. And you want to have the power spike as soon as possible so you can keep fighting. We always have scaling health as well here, and we are totally set. Always take attack speed and AD because we play mainly with auto attack, so attack speed here is also very decent to have. Fantastic, perfectly fine and covered. Next thing I want you to do is go on LoL Analytics and check his build. You can here check all ranks. I'm just going to do that right now. Let's check. Where is it? Diamond plus. I'm just going to say gold plus because then we have all covered. Here, all ranks. Okay. So now we see it core build. Trinity and Collector. I myself am not a fan of Collector Viego, but the win rates, you see here, first item, second item, you see the win rates from Collector is extremely high. So it already tells me Collector is 100% fine to go to. I still wouldn't recommend it from all the experience and knowledge I've gathered. These stats are not always precise, but you can take away from it a lot. For example, at Sandra Sky first is simply dog shit, right? That's one thing. Now, I would recommend Trinity, Kraken, and Bel'Veth King. Very simple. Bel'Veth King always against heavy tanks, maybe at least minimum 1 or 2 tanks from enemies, like Skana, Cassandra, whatever. Kraken always against non-tanks, where you can do a lot of auto attacks. We take Kassadin, Jhin, Nautilus, like you can do a lot of auto attacks where you don't need Bel'Veth King if they're tanky. And Trinity, you take against champions that where you can barely do auto attacks and you can just do maybe one combo on them. Let's say Ahri, Syndra, champions that have range, Tristana, where usually you're not able to do a lot of auto attacks with Kraken from, okay? And on secondary items, I would recommend after you have Trinity, Kraken, or Bel'Veth King, either Sandra Sky or Titanic Hydra in most games. And in some games, a third, fourth gets interesting. Sterax, Death Stance, Witsand, Shieldbow, Sandra Sky. In very rare games, Black Cleaver, Lord Dominic's, all completely fine. And the rest, it continues GA and the same items that you didn't buy yet. That is all about the builds, and now we go into the game. Okay, in the game, we always want to have Gust, Walker, Hatchling, especially on Viego, where you want to have long extended fights and long arenas in the fight. Mobility is just absolutely 1v9, straight up, okay? You want to start with your Q, because it's most consistent, most efficient damage, very low cooldown. In some situations where they invade you, you can W out. You can ward early to cover in Bel'Veth cheese. You can also invade the Bel'Veth. But I'm not going to do that because the enemy team comp can counter and invade pretty easily. Because they are ranged and they can do like Lux Q, Vayne chasing me, right, with her passive. They can kill me pretty well. So I'm just gonna start and play it very simple. We're not gonna play evading style. I'm just gonna showcase how you should be playing Viego. Your auto attack, so every one of those chickens get in line, okay? So your Q hits all of them. It's also one of the tips I can give for Viego. Okay, we continue only attacking the big one. And now we kite towards the crux. Alright, very interesting. Only attack the big one. You see how I kite the camps as well? Look at the time I'm on these camps, right? I'm very quick the way I play like this, right? You can Q this one more time. All of them at the same time. Walk towards red buff. Use all our abilities off cooldown. And you see I also try to kite as much as I can. Do we find a gank top lane early? We only do if it's very promising. Mid lane also doesn't look too promising. In general, jungle tip, biggest fundamental in the game. You only gank if it looks really promising. Imagine I have top side now. Oh, I wanted to skill Q, not E here. That was a misclick. Because 2 points in Q leads to a faster clear, and I didn't think the Bel'Veth will cheese invade me. Because if Bel'Veth invades, he usually invades early on. Okay, so if I path topside, I would have been losing a lot of tempo. And especially on a jungler, tempo is important. Not to be ahead of the enemy jungle, but mainly to be ahead in general of the game in comparison to other Viego players. Because sometimes you're like 2 or 3 levels behind. Maybe that is because you went for the top lane gank. Okay, and I'm even level or maybe ahead on the enemies, and then I beat the fights, and you're like, holy shit, I can't fight the enemy top lane, he's 3 levels ahead. Yeah, that's maybe because you ganked instead of farming, right? So now my camps are done. Now I can consider to go for a gank, because now everything is off cooldown, right? Yeah, I should have queued after my auto attack. Check mid lane play. Now we consider a mid lane play. Because we want to get our chickens on respawn. I ward his chickens, and now very simple so far. We wait until she flashes. I think if Sunda walks with me, she dies, because she can auto-attack Q her. She didn't do so, totally fine. I'm gonna respect Bel'Veth could be here. My bad that I didn't ping it more often. I should have been more precise. I'm gonna wait until they spawn, take the plan to check if Bel'Veth is here. She's most likely going for her chickens respawn as well, which is totally fine. This is around a diamond dealer, so it's top 1, I think top 1 to 3% of the best players in the entire world, right? So it's also very interesting. So Lux died, absolutely amazing. We do clear our Crux. If you do chicken start, you want to clear chickens and Crux one more time before resetting. If you do wrap off start, which is also completely fine, then you reset after the bot skull and then take your Crux, okay? Because the respawn timer will be different. There's no gank opportunity. What am I gonna buy here? I think in this game I'm gonna go for Trinity. I have a perfect reset for Trinity. Because I have Sheen and Longshot, very good reset. And in this game, I don't think I'm gonna do that many auto attacks. We have Jax E, we have Lux Distance, Vayne, Tumble, and Stealth, right? So that's the reason I want to go Trinity here. Very simple and exactly what I explained, and I'm using it exactly in my game, right? So right now we are still 0-0, but this is still perfect Viego gameplay because we didn't find a play. We almost got a mid lane catch, and that is completely fine to not... You don't need to rush the process that fast, okay? Usually in the beginning of the game you should be farming. I'm gonna use my Sheen proc here again. Unless we find a play. Like usually when I get fed early on, it's mainly because the enemies fuck up, right? It's mainly because of that. It's always because of that, right? If they don't fuck up, I'm totally fine being 0-0 for the start. I consider another mid lane gank. Okay. Grubby spawn in 20. I'm gonna ward his chickens again and then gank mid. I need to be careful because Zilean is missing. So Zilean could cover the Lux right now. We see Zilean bot lane now. We see Lux and Jax. So only Bel'Veth could be here. And 1v1, I'm not scared of dying because I'm full HP. Zundo also paths towards me. Now Lux is missing. I have to respect. So I have to play this slow. You see I'm pulling the grubbies here. I need to respect that Lux is missing. So I'm gonna pull the grubbies. Bel'Veth could come towards me. I'm not gonna smite yet because I want to save my smite for the next grub. You see she is here. Now I still have my smite. If she engages, she doesn't respect the mid lane priority. You see Lux is mid lane. If she goes... Oh, she actually flashed for that. I wanted to bait her, but she actually flashed for that. Maybe we gotta kill her on her. I pick up the Bel'Veth. Absolutely insane. Like she basically died for the grubby. That's exactly the reason why I save my... It's cool to play Bel'Veth right now. That's what I love about Viego. Like, you legit play other champions. It's so cool. Like, I'm a big, for all those who know me, big Bel'Veth enthusiast, right? So it's actually pretty cool that I got to play Bel'Veth now. Okay, so imagine she walked and didn't flash towards the grubby. I would have just smited it away in front of her and then kill her and get the grub, right? So it's you'd want to save the smite. Now I have 2 smites. That's why I want to use it for efficiency reasons. Because now it is off cooldown, and because of that, we get in total more smites. Top lane seems to be fine. I'm considering a top lane gank 100%. Jax is half HP, right? Poppy's full HP. But we first, biggest fundamental, take the camps. You don't need to full clear, but at least take 1/4 of the map. That is my top side here. My bot lane pings me, I don't care. Do the QW as I explained in the tips and tricks chapter, right? We consider a gank. Poppy also wants to dive. Maybe she finds an engage. I want her to fight, so Jax loses some more HP. So it's easier to dive. When you're scared of getting dove on the lane, the mistake you could do is to trade. Because now, if Jax was more HP, the chance we dive him is way lower. Now he's 1/4 HP, and it's very easy to dive him, you know? I'm just gonna walk up straight onto him. You see, there's absolutely nothing he can do. If he had oh my god, she almost died. Crazy. If she had more, if she had a decent amount more HP, there's a chance we can't dive him, right? But now it's easy because he traded. So it was his fault he traded. That's a top lane fundamental I just showcased here real quick. And you as a jungler can utilize that, because if they do trade, you have even a higher opportunity to go for a gank. You see, I'm 0 to I'm 0-0-2. Bel'Veth is evens. Yes, Bel'Veth plays this game really well so far, besides the 1 inch she made, right? Very consistently going for her camps, playing for her strength. And as you can see, like, I'm, as I explained it, playing it very chill. I think I should... I'm gonna reset when I have Trinity, one of the biggest power spikes, and pathing to the dragon, because I want to avoid her getting the dragon, right? Maybe we even find a catch on her. She smited the... I'm gonna push mid lane, because Syndra is not on the mid lane. So I'm forcing the enemy mid laner to stay mid lane whilst pathing myself to the bot lane, and I'm closer to Trinity. Now we can maybe do the dragon because we have priority, while the enemies do still need to respect. I get stunned here, which doesn't matter. Walk closer towards the... I needed to get the reset. Would have been so good if Syndra gave this to me, right? Would have been so beautiful. We take dragon now, and then we reset for Trinity. I will need to take my blue buff too to have enough gold. Maybe enemy chickens is also interesting here. Don't have smite. We should play this slow. I think. Yeah, I don't think that Zillion can steal this, but we do need to respect that he potentially could, right? I'm gonna take blue buff, so I have enough gold for Trinity. Immediately reset because of my power spike. And what do you think should I do when I have my power spike, guys? I just use it, no? It's not rocket science. And now some of you guys would say, yeah, but your team is good right now. This is how you play jungle. If your team is feeding, you don't play jungle wrong because of that. My friends. There is chances you lose a game if your team trolls, yes. If I was the Bel'Veth, I would have done 1 or 2 mistakes less, and then it would be 3 into 6. Totally winnable for the Bel'Veth, right? But me as Viego, I myself did so far 0 mistakes this game. So the enemies have nothing to punish. You see, the Bel'Veth already lost her mind completely. And maybe you would have done 1 or 2 mistakes. She wouldn't lose her mind. She would be in a snowball position now. And then the game is unplayable. And most, like League of Legends in general, it is a snowball game. Straight up. And you need to win. I have so many games, by the way, where I auto-won, right? But then because of 1 mistake, I auto-lost. And it felt like the enemies are full garbage. But when I was losing, I was like, holy shit, the enemies are smurfing so hard now. The enemies are not smurfing and they're not garbage. It's usually just they are in an unfortunate position it's hard to get out to. Bel'Veth ganks top lane, ganks bot lane, gets a reset here now. Poppy doesn't want to go further. I'm gonna take her wolves too. Counter jungle everything because we see Bel'Veth bot lane. I think in this game I go Sandra Sky probably. Because I can get the proc out of anyone. I can't do that many auto attacks. That's why I don't go Titanic. Death Stance will be interesting later on for sure. Okay, how do I play this now? Hayden is 3 and 0. Syndra's 3 and 0. I'm gonna play with Syndra, I think. Oh, you might look at my team. Holy shit. I have a really good team here. Okay, I'm gonna walk closer towards the... Stay in Fog of War. Walk up on the looks. I'm just gonna path through here. Sweep it to check if the chickens are up. We don't see Zillion, we don't see Bel'Veth, so I have to respect. But they don't have a tower. I can just straight up walk at them. Charge my W in out of vision. Oh my god. Immediately ult. I'm the ADC, I gotta respect. I'm the ADC right now. Stun him. Get out so I don't get stunned myself. On the Zillion. Really well played from the enemies here. Was very close, I died. I immediately respect Bel'Veth and flash out of it. Reset, get closer to Sandra Sky. Okay, my team is really 1v9 here. Okay, now we take topside camps first. And after the topside camps, we again go on the map. We first take the camps. Then we go on map and we only clear one side of the map. If we full clear now, we wouldn't be on the map when it matters. So now it's important to not full clear again QW. You see I use it consistently in my combos. We ignore this side and just immediately either invade enemies, go for a fight. But it's necessary to take Crux and chickens and not skipping them, okay? It is... I would say just... like you want to always stay in the position where you're getting more and more and more. But if you just full clear, nothing else, Okay, combo, and now I kite out. So if he fights me, he will never kill me, and I don't go too deep because I wouldn't catch him either, okay? So you always try to kite out and space if you can. We finish this, use our Trinity Sheen proc. Dragon spawns in 20. I think I'm gonna now I finished the topside enemy camps and I did my play already. My team needs to get in position. Kater needs to get prio, Syndra needs to get prio. So now I have time to clear my bot side camps. Before that I didn't have time because we were in the middle of a fight. And then I can play for Dragon. Okay, Syndra should respect the enemies right now. We can also say, okay, we can cover her if she goes too deep. But the best would be to ping her away to not go that deep, because this is already dangerous. A Bel'Veth could flash on her right now. And for me, it's the best to take the camps, then take the dragon, and then cover the Syndra, right? So what I had to do here is just spamming her to respect the enemies. Bel'Veth did dragon, which is also legal. We should have vision on the dragon. It's insane how it's so toxic. Emerald, Diamond, like... You are like Syndra was 4-0. She did so well this game. Okay, she did a mistake, but why is the community always so negative? It's so beautiful. Like, we are doing fantastic. Okay, so Bel'Veth is mid lane. We have to respect. We can't go too deep. We have to play it slow. Maybe find a catch on looks here. You can also predict her sidestepping backwards. They sidestep backwards in a lot of times, okay? For your information. Like, imagine I W'd a little bit more to the right. I hit her very often, okay? I think the Syndra kills the Vayne here. I'm getting closer. Not gonna eat a wall yet because I want to eat the other wall most likely. It's gonna walk closer, eat this wall now. I don't really want to ult. If Syndra resets, I'm gonna push this. You can do so many combos. For example, a Vayne eat into my ult. Isn't that cool? Okay, so I have Sunrise Sky and 150 gold. So it will be bot lane T2. How do you win the game from here on? That you don't fall back. You need to get to T2s. And you don't have time to waste. It's minute 16. You have to take this tower. If Syndra... Oh my god, Syndra actually died when she wanted to get the wave. I'm gonna get bot scuttle, then Sandra Sky, and then we forcefully take T2s plus Herald. We have to end the game now. Herald, get T2s. Oh, Bel'Veth also took the Herald. That's insane. Really well done from her that she did us all these objectives on spawn while I was showing bot lane. But what we need to consistently have vision on both objectives. Like, we should have vision on both objectives. The fact that we are so far ahead whilst needing to give objectives is kind of illegal. Enemy is really trying to get back and I love it. Might be a challenging one now. I would love my team to be sprinting it now so I can show you case a little bit more. Okay, so I'm one level ahead of the Bel'Veth. I see if the enemy topside jungle is up. And we try, as I said, to get the T2s done. Enemies are wishing, but we are slowly getting this tower, okay? Change the C on the Poppy. I can't go too deep because Zillion ult, Jax E, right? I can't go too deep, so I have to kite in and out. We're slowly taking the tower. Goal is not to win the fights. Goal is to get those T2s done. Now we got one T2 and now we played all the way to the bot lane T2. The fact that Syndra gives this here bot lane is also absolutely legal, right? I'm gonna make sure that we path through bot side to stop them. So what you could do is also not be top side, but cover the Syndra bot side and with the Syndra win any 2v2. This is completely legal. They're just doing that. But it's hilarious. Okay. I think we will kill them anyways. Like, they got the tower, but because it's so greedy, we will kill them, right? Notice how I did my combo here. Very interesting, by the way. I'm gonna chase her down. Very good looks, Q2. Very well done. Get the extra movement speed from the bush. She's dead always. Maybe Bel'Veth is also gonna die. And now I wait with using my W. Did you notice how I was patient using my W until I see her movement? And when I see her movement, it's easier for me to hit her up with the W. So So just don't shoot it immediately. Just be a little bit patient and hold it. You can hold it for a very long period of time. I think I'm gonna try to all in this guy. I think he's dead. The guy can just do that. Absolutely insane. There's no way he gets out of this. Okay. Bel'Veth is dead. Jax is top. Zillion is low. Lux is dead. We just straight up push further. We have 5 grubbies. If Jax doesn't reset, I think we can... We have a wave too. But Zunda is a decent wave clear. Like, look what I'm doing. I'm trying really hard to end the game. Look, this playing this fantastic. I can't pick up the Bel'Veth. I think we can keep pushing because Vayne is mid lane too. You see how forcefully I'm trying to end? Oh, this is terrible. We can't end and we need to respect that we don't die. But the point I'm trying to give here is we are not giving enemies time to scale. And a lot of games I watch from my clients is that the games go too long. Oh my goodness. Wow. Here I should have actually done what I explained earlier in the tips and tricks. That I reset after using my E. Exactly what I explained. Okay, so it was too deep. We should have gone out. But when we go out, we need to all go out at the same time, teamed up together. And then it would have been extremely easy and we all get out. There was no need to go all like in separate ways like that. And I should have not either cancel my reset or just go in deeper already. Would have been better for me. The only way the enemies win is if they will have numbers advantage. If the enemies don't have numbers advantage, we will always win every single fight. So how we play it is we straight up fight anything we see. Because we cannot lose if we are even numbered. And that is then also how we end the game. So whenever you have a position like this, I try to tank the bomb for the minions. I think I'm gonna try to run at him so he can't double bomb again. We have Poppy TP. I'm gonna tank first so Zillion has a hard time to double bomb correctly. You see I'm again trying forcefully to end. We have a super minion, enemies are dead. Next minion wave is coming. A lot of you guys would ping off already. Yeah, and that would have been better. Yeah. I think if we play this better, we get 2 towers. But they're gonna respawn anyways. It's probably not that good for me. Okay, so again, how do we play this? We take more resources on the map than enemies take because we have more control. We only fight when we have even numbers. For example, this is again a terrible fight from Poppy because we don't have even numbers. And with even numbers, we will win every fight. After we won the fight, we forcefully try to end. This is what we all take away, okay? This is again fine. You see, Bel'Veth, you can say, oh, but Bel'Veth was so unlucky, they're so low. No, Bel'Veth only loses this because there was a 3v1. Like, numbers advantage is usually the reason why people struggle to climb. Because they don't respect it the way I respect it. And when I started coaching about this specifically, I noticed myself how insane it is. How often you only die because of numbers advantage and you don't even know it. Back then you used to be able to 1v5, but the times has changed. Also because people got better at League in general, right? We got the second tower, and now we should go as 5, and end to... Oh my god. I need to respect I'm alone, wait Karma, and go 5-man mid. We can play 2 lanes, but 5-manning is fine. Right now. We don't care about the Vayne here on top. Could try to just kill her real quick, but I think she will be reset already. On next wave, we end. Going all bot then isn't that good because it gives the enemies a lot of room to get into the game. Like they can push through mid lane then and have a lot more space. So we try to go through mid lane, okay? But Lux has a decent wave there, so probably it's gonna be Baron. Going full bot lane is not gonna be... Like I think we can also just straight up do that. Mid lane priority into... Baron will be the play, okay? Very simple. S5, it will be easy as I explained. No matter how it goes, it will be easy. And I will showcase this here. Just with the right macro. We don't need to play it smart. We go Baron. And after Baron, we can, against Lux, we have to play 2 lanes. Like, I want to just fight my mid lane because we're so much stronger than the enemies. We got the mid lane priority, so we have good room to go for the Baron. We can also turn them. We win every fight, but Lux has a decent wave clear. Okay, we keep on the Baron. We get stand on the Baron. We see that the enemy jungler is. We can't burst his finish. We don't need to turn. We want to fight. I don't care how we fight, but we want to fight. You see how I play this extremely aggressively? I don't care how we fight, but we want to fight. And just make sure we don't die. We have numbers even numbers, so we always win. We got Baron, we reset, and now we play 2 lanes. The game got way more spicy than it should be. I didn't play it perfectly myself. I should have been more, getting more kills here, for sure. Okay, so 2 lanes. Syndra me bot, rest mid. We need to play 2 lanes because they have Lux. If they didn't have such a good wave clear, we could also play 1 lane. Okay, so again, you can say, the enemies are outscaling us slowly. We just stay as 5 and we will always win a fight. Syndra is too strong, Poppy is too strong. It's that simple. Only way we lose if I go to my bot side camps where Bel'Veth is right now and I contest her. Okay, we already found a catch just because we are at S5. Bel'Veth is bot lane. I'm not allowing her to get a catch on me. I now try to find a flash engage on the Lux because I still have Jack's form. We get Syndra ult on the Vayne. We engage on the Vayne. We are saying it's 5. It's not rocket science. Regardless, a lot of players would have lost this game in my shoes because they would have kept fighting and giving the enemies a chance. Because then the enemies have an actual chance of winning a fight. Here in this position, even if the enemies are faker, they would never win any fight, right? GG! Could have been a bit better, but I think all the points I talked about, that's the main thing. We had fun, I enjoyed this a lot, and there was a lot of things to cover and to get better on. Hope you enjoyed this, and let me know in the comments if you're also hyped for the Unranked to Master series with Viego, playing in every single elo, explaining every game what to do. Let's go. Have a wonderful remaining day.